Hey, Julie Kay here in the Live Impact Studio, coming on with some breaking news. We now have it confirmed that the father of Denny Hamlin, Dennis Hamlin, is the one who was killed in that house fire. Their mother is critically injured. This is video of that devastating fire from earlier. We just got the official word from Gaston County officials. Some background information. We know the fire happened on Blacksnake Road, north of Stanley, around 6 p.m. yesterday. We knew at the time that one person was trapped inside the home and that one person did eventually die. This is, of course, heartbreaking news for the community. We knew that this home was owned by Denny Hamlin's parents, but this is the first information confirming that it was his father who passed away and his mother who's now recovering in the hospital. Our Jesse Pierre was out there covering the story for us earlier today and got reaction from neighbors. Again, keep in mind that this news is just coming into our newsroom, just breaking, but it still stands, the impact that this has on the community. So let's go to this now, and we'll come back out and get some more reaction.
Neighbors describe the fire as massive, but learning that someone lost their life, they say is just heartbreaking. Flames shooting into the night sky in this quiet neighborhood as a home was overtaken by fire.
Oh, it's devastating. I was horrified last night for them. I felt so bad. It was, to see it in person, like to stand there and just watch the whole house go up.
What a run from Denny Hamlin.
The home of the parents of NASCAR driver Denny Hamlin. Lucia Riverbend Fire Chief says crews responded to the house fire with possible entrapment after 6 p.m. Sunday night. When they arrived, most of the home was already burning. 2 people were rushed to the hospital. 1 person did not survive. Devastating news to the neighbors.
That makes you also think of your own parents.
Another challenge, no fire hydrants in this neighborhood. Crews had to bring in water. It took about 2 hours and multiple Gaston County agencies to put out the flames.
It's one of the things you do when you move out to a rural area is that there's no fire hydrant. So it's just one of those things you accept.
Although the home is a total loss, crews were able to save some racing memorabilia and collectibles.
It's a very tragic situation. I mean, you know, and also for the NASCAR community. I mean, you just had Greg Biffle and his wife and family just pass, and then now this.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. In Gaston County, Jesse Pierre, WCNC Charlotte.
And for those of you just joining us, I just want to reiterate the breaking news, the update that we've gotten since Jesse's package, that it is confirmed. NASCAR legend Denny Hamlin, his father, Dennis Hamlin, was killed in that house fire. His mother, Lou Hamlin, is recovering, critically injured though. She's recovering in a hospital in Winston-Salem. Again, as Jesse said, it still stands that they are trying to figure out what happened here in this devastating house fire. You can just see how encompassing it was in that video. But this is also a big impact on the NASCAR community, especially after more recent tragedies in the last couple of weeks. So Nathaniel's here. He's one of our digital experts, but you're also a big NASCAR fan. And so I wanted to bring you in to kind of break down the Hamlin family, the impact they've had, and what this kind of means for the NASCAR community.
Sure, it's been such a tragic year, I think, for the NASCAR community. We've lost now Dennis Hamlin. We lost Greg Biffle just a couple of weeks ago. Earlier this year, Bob Rahley, who is a former co-owner of a NASCAR team, his house actually suffered an immense fire, and he was critically injured in that. John Edwards, Hendrick Motorsports communication director for a long time, he passed away earlier this year. So it's been a very rough year on the NASCAR community. I kind of want to put in context of why this is such a huge deal for a family member of a NASCAR driver. You know, there's so many athletes, so many teams, you might think it's just another person who's related to them, right? But with NASCAR community, it's just such a tight-knit group that you know, these people are traveling together week in, week out. You know, the sacrifices that families make so that NASCAR drivers can have careers, it's crazy. You know, there's like a fine line between a lot of NASCAR drivers. A lot of them come in with a lot of financial backing, a lot of you could say they have rich parents. Denny Hamlin was not like that. His parents absolutely blue collar people who worked hard so that their son could get to where he is today, and now he is arguably the best driver of this generation, definitely one of the best drivers of all time. And for his family to do what they did, it's just great that they did that for him, and absolutely tragic that we lost his father. I want to read something that the Associated Press wrote about Dennis Hamlin last year, towards the end of the season, because Denny Hamlin was fighting for the championship, and his father, it was known that he was in poor health towards the end of the year. Dennis Hamlin, he took out multiple mortgages on his Virginia home, maxed out every credit card, and nearly went broke trying to get his son into NASCAR. So I think that's just the lead of that story. I think that just kind of summarizes what the things that these families go through in order, race cars aren't cheap. Driving across the country with a car, you're in small town Virginia where Denny Hamlin grew up, having to drive to North Carolina or wherever, Pennsylvania, wherever you might need to drive to. That's not cheap. It takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of effort, a lot of time that these families put in. So I think that's why the NASCAR community might feel so impacted from someone like Dennis Hamlin passing away, unfortunately, in this fire. And very tragic, just thinking about him, thinking about his mother, who's still alive, obviously critically injured, but very, very sad, very tragic.
Absolutely. I hope she recovers quickly. We obviously haven't heard yet from the Hamlin family, and I'm sure they're going to need some time to process this. This is obviously heartbreaking. You mentioned the Biffles as well, so this kind of compounding within a 2-week span. But you also mentioned just how tight this community is. I think it's interesting too, both these families taking root in North Carolina, especially. So NASCAR community obviously going to be taking some time to process this, but also North Carolina in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one thing that kind of gets sold or kind of brushed under the rug a little bit that we don't realize is I think even in the news, like we cover NASCAR, and I know maybe when reporters go to scenes for stories, they're like, why am I out here? Who cares about this? But it is so ingrained in the community, in the area. It's why I moved out here. It's why every NASCAR driver moves around here, and they bring their families, and it's because all the teams are located around here. Like, this is really the headquarters for where it's all at and where all the families are. And you can pick just about any driver out of the lineup, and they might definitely did not grow up here, but they moved here, and now they're here permanently. I mean, just about every driver in the garage and every team. So
they make it their home. Absolutely. Nathaniel, we'll let you get back to updating the web story so people that are just tuning in can have the latest information, but thank you so much for breaking this down. I know that it's helpful to have someone who understands this community be able to speak on it, so thank you.
Sure, thank you.
We also want to bring you to the latest information we have from officials. Of course, this came from Gaston County Police just a little bit ago, that we got this confirmation that it was Denny Hamlin's father, Dennis Hamlin, who was killed in this tragic fire. But we also spoke to the fire chief after this fire, and this is the latest that we've heard from them. Keep in mind that we've gotten some more information since then, but now we turn to the fire still being under investigation. A complicated situation is, of course, this house being kind of far out there away from a big water source. As you can see it here, this is the map of where this happened exactly. One of the problems they ran into and why it took so long to put out was a lack of water in the area. And so let's hear from the fire chief about putting this fire out and the investigation so far.
Can you step a little closer?
Yeah.
Cool.
Want me to hold him? Or are you going to hold him?
I'll hold him. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'll hold him. So, easy first question first. Just say your name and spell it.
David Toomey, Toomey.
And why am I getting sorry. Okay. Just say and spell your first last name again. I'm sorry.
David Toomey, Toomey, and Fire Chief of Lucia River Bend Fire Department.
What happened here tonight?
About 6:19, we got a call for a house fire, and possibly with entrapment. As soon as units arrived, the house was probably 45% involved. All occupants were out of the house at that point. The 2 occupants were transported to the hospital by GEMS. I don't know their condition. And it took roughly 2 hours to bring the fire under control due to the lack of water. We had to truck all the water in, and we had 10 to 12 fire departments out here tonight, mostly bringing tankers to